I want to tell you about a museum like no other where children and families can learn about the world at large through dialogue with artists. Joining me now to tell us more about the Sugar Hill Children's Museum of Art and Storytelling is Lauren Kelly, the museum's director and chief curator. And hello and good morning to you, Lauren.
Good morning, Antoine.
Where are you located, first of all? And we love Sugar Hill, so where exactly in Sugar Hill are you?
We are located on the corner of 155th and St. Nicholas Avenue.
Know it well.
And we are in between Washington Heights and Harlem. So we're at the nexus of all things great in Upper Manhattan.
Yes, you are. Sugar Hill is absolutely wonderful. When did the museum open?
We opened in 2015. We will be 4 this October.
Okay,
Yeah.
So social justice is the principle, that's the weaving theme throughout the museum.
Yes.
Now, how do you marry that into a museum concept with storytelling and art?
Oh, it's the easiest and most delightful thing in the world, in that we are really here to give our neighborhood, you know, all of the robust, beautiful experiences that anyone can have on the most luxurious side of town. The most, you know, so our building was designed by David Adjaye, the architect of the Smithsonian Mall African American Museum, and everything inside it is really intended to be equally as strong. So we have really phenomenal artists. We're showing work by Faith Ringgold right now, which is the perfect example of social justice and children and art at the same time. Her latest book, We Came to America, really celebrates and talks about how America is really an immigrant story, and it's pro-people. So we're really excited about teaching children about sharing, about everybody having deserving access to something wonderful, and empathy. We want everybody who comes to the table to learn.
Now, you mentioned where the location. You're right at Harlem, and you've got Fort Washington, so you've got, you know, African American, you've got the Latino, the whole mix, and then the gentrification is going on. How do you marry it to all the diversity that surrounds and makes up Sugar Hill and where you are?
I think we really try to leverage it and speak to the fact that, you know, Sugar Hill today is no different than what it was 80 years ago at the heart of the Harlem Renaissance. Brilliant people, ideas, people from all over the globe. I mean, you know, the Black experience is a very multicultural experience, and we're dealing with that now. And so it's very much about honoring and celebrating who's here now and trying to collect as many stories as we are trying to share the stories that were here to make up the Harlem Renaissance.
Lauren, I have a tendency to just ask one question that's off the script, you know. I won't throw you too much, but we are living in a time now where everyone is talking about and trying to ensure there is inclusiveness, you know, permeating our society. However, social justice and the roots of this came back at a time where that wasn't such a concept. You know, it was more like a dream, you know, if you will. How do you marry the two so that this generation understands their past as they move and carry us forward as a society?
I think it's very much about intersectionality more than inclusivity, in terms of thinking about we're all coming to this with a very special gift to give, and if we respect each other, you know, the questions about one being left out or needing to include others is less less powerful than the idea of let's see what we all can build together.
Now, when you say artists, are the artists like musicians? Are they painters, or just they run the gamut there? So it is a museum after all.
It is a museum. I mean, we're rooted in contemporary art, so we're working with visual artists and sculptors and painters, but as a storytelling space, we're with actors and singers and dancers, so it's a really, it's a powerful place when we're at our zenith, you know. Types
of programs that you have there?
We have a phenomenal program happening on the second Saturday of the month, which will be actually today, right? At 2 p.m. we have our storytelling series called Storytime. We have the Bilingual Birdies. We have a free program the third Thursday of the month on our plaza, and from May through August. And then all year long, our visitorship is free on the third Sunday of the month.
Okay, but there's a donation when you...
Yes, there's a $7 admission fee if you're older than 8 years old, and seniors are admitted for $4. So we're probably the lowest admission fee in the city because we for a museum, exactly, because we really want to be accessible to everybody.
What is it like when you see the little faces, you know, when they realize and make a connection with something, that they realize they're learning something for the first time or understanding something that their parents or their grandparents may have gone through, when it hits them, and I imagine you've seen that light of whatever background the child is of. What do you, how's it hit you?
It empowers me to keep working hard. You know, I really love seeing our children grow and discover new things. They teach me things. We have an exhibit right now, a rooftop, and you know, it's it's pretty steep. I saw an 18-month-old climb that roof and realize what he was capable of doing, and it made me feel like this is what I want. I want everybody to feel strong, you know.
Okay, you're doing it, Lauren. Look at you. Let me let everyone know. All right, so it's the Sugar Hill Children's Museum of Art and Storytelling, 155th.
Yes.
And
St. Nicholas.
And St. Nicholas.
Yeah.
All right, and then on your website also you have the other program.
Absolutely.
All right, nice to meet you.
Nice
Have to
to
say
meet you
goodbye.
too.
I'll be right back.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, to learn more about today's topics, go to fox5ny.com. You can also like us on Facebook as well as follow us on Twitter. For all of us here at Fox 5, I'm Antoine Lewis. We'll see you next time for more Street Talk. And as always, thank you for the company.